So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another interview of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today I'm joined by two members from the band Second Sky, and they're a band from New Jersey that play hard rock, metal with some blues into it. And I'm here with Zack and Mark, which are the two guitar players from the band. So, Zack, Mark, how are you tonight?
I'm good,
I'm good.
man.
I'm doing well. Just to correct you a little bit, it's pronounced second skin.
Second Skin. Oh, I said Second Sky. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it's all good though. I'm doing well. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. Yeah, this is what happens when you're sleep deprived. so, so the band, I know that this you just put out the last album, Letting Go, a few weeks ago, and this is your third album, but it's your first album in a few years because you had two previous albums in the 2006 and I think 2009, and then you had a gap of no music. So, give us a history, especially you, Mark, because I think you've been in the band longer about Second Skin and how the band formed and everything.
yeah, yeah, I'm an original member. There has been lineup changes over the years, but basically, me and Tommy Spano and Eddie Heedles, along with George Pond, we got together back in 2005, actually, and started writing music together, and making songs, and ended up coming up with a singer and, doing our album. And after a couple of years, we actually met a friend of ours that was managing us for quite a while, Michael Smitty Smith. We bumped into him at 2009, and he was able to get us the Living Color tour, which we did a national tour with them for about 3 weeks to a month, back in 2009. And after that, some things happened within the band. Not everybody gets along with each other, and there was some lineup changes. And it's been, many years of writing music, playing shows, touring when we can, and that's about it. We did a couple albums. We were happy with them. You know, Whenever you lose a singer or a front man, it's almost like starting over again. So we did that a couple times, and now we have Jesse for like the last 9 years, I believe. And I believe Zach's been in the band now for like 6 to 7 years, right around there.
Yeah.
And the lineup that we have, it's like the best lineup we've ever had. So I'm really happy with the results that we get, and we jam well together.
Wonder what that's is that why you named the album Letting Go?
Um, as far as what, letting people go?
Yeah, no, about no. I mean letting go, like forgetting about the past and looking forward.
In a way, yes. We wrote this album over the whole pandemic season, and there was a lot of things, I guess, that altered the entertainment industry. Um, but basically, yeah, kind of just letting go. I guess not giving up, but just saying here, like, just take what we're presenting. We're letting go of what we've come up with and presenting it to the world. Yeah.
So so Zach, so tell me a little bit like how did you find the band and your experience when you joined the band?
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I was in my own band, singing and playing guitar, called Crash Contempt, and we were the opening band. And I actually got the poster for it right here. I got my it's got my band and then Second Skin on it. It's got like a hooker on it. Because the band we were both opening for was called Hookers and Blow, and it had Dizzy Reed from Guns N'
Guns N'
Roses.
Roses? Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were playing
Johnny
at the
Kelly
right.
from Typo. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Kelly and the dude from Wasp and I forget the other band. But anyways, um, so I we played and then I stuck around to watch Second Skin. And we were blown away. I was blown away. Me and my girlfriend Olivia and Jesse talked to me at some point in the night, and he's like, "Hey man, really good job," and I'm in Second Skin, and I remember on the ride home, Olivia's like, "It'd be cool if you got to jam with them at some point." And I'm like, "Yeah, wouldn't that be something?" So then a year later, I get a message from Jesse, "Hey, our guitar player just left. Do you want to come try out?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool. So let's do it." So I showed up. I think it was in like December. It was freezing out, and I'm like looking for this place, and I found it, and we played a couple songs. They had a couple songs that they had just done, and I learned them all as best I could. And I guess like a couple days later, they're like, "Hey, we'd like to have you back." So it just kind of took off from there. So it's like it was really cool.
Oh yeah, sounds like a good story, and it worked out for the band. So on this album, you have a cover that when I first saw the name, I'm like, I know that name of that song, and I'm like, it looks so familiar. And like 25 or 6 to 4, I'm like, isn't that Chicago? I'm like, yes, that's Chicago. So that's an interesting band to cover. How did you guys, when you were like doing the rest of the original songs, but you're like, let's do a cover. How did you all settle on Chicago? And it's a song that is, it's a well-known song, but it's not their best known song.
Hmm. Basically, I think it was Jesse, our singer, came to practice one day saying that he just heard this song on the radio and it might be a cool idea to cover something like Chicago's 25 or 624. And we were all like, huh, okay, well, maybe, and then we kind of just continued on with practice and doing our thing, either playing our songs or writing. And afterwards, me and Zach stayed late and we sat down and we pulled up the song on the computer and we just basically figured out what the riffs, were. And Zach concentrated on doing all the horn parts on guitar. And it was really coming out good. So we liked it and we then presented it to the band the next time we got together. And everyone seemed to like it and it sounded really good. So that's when we decided to do it.
It's a cool, but I'm like, yeah, it sounds cool. Like he did the guitar part for what it should be, like the saxophone on the song. So you weren't all like huge Chicago fans.
I like
Uh,
Chicago. I'll
yeah,
jam out in Chicago.
I like Chicago too. But it wasn't like one of those things like we gotta cover a Chicago song. It wasn't anything like that really. It was just a song that we all liked, a band we all liked as well. Because we come from a wide range of backgrounds as far as music goes. So I think all styles kind of fit in with us in a way. And it's just something that we were all like, wow, I think we could do this song some justice, or we could, make it sound pretty good, just rock it out a little bit more.
Oh yeah, and while I was listening to the new album, it says hard rock and metal, but there's some songs that I felt some like grunge like influence to them. There's one in particular that it reminded me a lot of like Alice in Chains in a part. I'm trying to see that. I think the name is Wounds. That one reminded me a little bit of Alice in Chains, a little bit.
Okay.
So
Uh, could be the eerie guitars that Zach's
yeah,
doing with the sounds. Alice in Chains does a lot of that. Uh, that's one of the things we get compared to a lot, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing
no,
because Alice in Chains is a great band. But yeah, we're all influenced by Alice in Chains in this band, and it's for some reason we can't escape that. It just kind of comes out in the music.
Yeah.
no, yeah, no, but there's different styles because there's a lot of like bluesier songs on the record. So when you guys write songs, does the lead singer write all the lyrics, or is it a group effort?
I would say Jesse writes most of the lyrics. Tom had written I think the chorus in the last song, the acoustic one, Hold On. But yeah, Jesse pretty much that's like his forte. Like while we're riffing it out like in the studio, he'll be like, scribbling some stuff down and then we'll run through it and then he'll he'll like spitball stuff and see what sticks.
Yeah. And on that last song, hold on, you play an electric ukulele,
Yeah,
which I'm like, I didn't know there was an electric ukulele. So tell me
yeah,
a little bit about incorporating ukulele into rock.
yeah. So it wasn't like something like I had to do, but it was more I had one, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have like those higher up chords just to kind of bulk up, because when you get to a chorus in a song you have more things going on and it makes that wall of sound bigger, so it's just something to kind of throw it in and beef it up a little bit.
Yeah, no, but it sounds different in the song, and it's a yeah. I think it gives it a nice sound at the beginning of that song. So for you guys on this album, like, do you have any favorites songs like that you like to play live, or the song that that right now is the one that you most identify with?
Hmm.
For me, I guess something like Wounds off of this album is one of my favorite to play. It's a little more, a little heavier, I guess, a little more intense. Also, I also like jamming like the song "Small." We get a lot of good feedback on that song. A lot of people seem to be connecting with that, and it's a fun one to play.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is a lot of fun, and it's like come out swinging, but then you can dial it back, and like Mark said, a lot of people seem to really like those two, so it's always a good time. I love playing all our songs. I would play everything if we could, if we had enough time allotted to us. Sure.
Oh yeah, of course, it makes sense. So let me show the artwork of the album for people who haven't seen it. So here's the album artwork for Second Skin, Letting Go. What can you tell me a little bit about the album artwork and what you were trying to convey?
Well, I think we reached out to an artist named Landon. I forget where he's out of. But
Is that
yeah, we just wanted to. I don't exactly remember. Like, we just had him kind of come up with a concept, and then I think we made like little tweaks here and there, and we thought it'd be cool to have like the guy giving something like a part of himself, kind of like I guess us with like releasing the album. It's like a part of us. You know what I mean?
yeah? We
Or
actually
he's
met the
letting go of his heart. Yeah.
yeah we actually met the artist. We played House of Blues in Atlantic City,
Oh,
um,
awesome.
and we were after the show. We were just walking around to the different casinos, and a lot of people would recognize us from being on stage that night. And a lot of people would come up to us saying how good we did and how great we sounded. And him and his friend were one of the people that came up. We were in the bar, and they just kind of came up and started talking to us, and we enjoyed talking with them. So we're like, why don't you guys come out with us? We're gonna have a smoke on the boardwalk, whatever. And they were asking us questions. They were like, yeah, we really need to find an artist. That's what we need. And he's like, I'm an artist. And we were like, no way. So he started showing us his stuff, and we really liked it. So yeah, we started working with him, and we liked what he did, what he came out with.
Well, so it seems it all worked out. Sometimes it was fate. He was there, and you talked to him, and now he did the album artwork for the record. So I know that the singer writes most of the lyrics and themes on the record, but what are some of the themes that you explore on this record?
I would say uh a lot of like mental illness. I would say um feeling like you have no control over anything in your life. I would say um yeah, basically that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a
um
lot. There's a lot of things of based on mental health, self reflection, just life in general, living life. At the time, I was saying that it was during the pandemic. A lot of people were going through a lot of things in their life, uh, and so were we, And I think basically a lot of our stuff comes from real experiences, actually, whether it be Jesse's real experiences or something we might have experienced, and that gets included in the writing.
Yes. How has it been? All this after those years in the pandemic where there was no touring. How's the touring now for you guys? Is there like any difference, or like are you seeing different reactions? How has it been? Coming back to tour after a few years of not touring.
Well, we were on a good schedule before the pandemic. And not to make any excuses or anything, but it's almost like a big reset. You know, we had really good momentum going, playing a lot of shows, and when that all happened, it kind of put everything to a stop. So when everything opened up again, I guess last year or whoever it was, a lot of clubs that were there are not there anymore. They just a lot of
Yeah.
them couldn't survive in our area. We're from New Jersey, um, and at least locally, a lot of the clubs closed. So that alters a lot of the show playing. And we haven't joined up with anybody to do any road tours as of yet, but hopefully that's going to change soon.
Yeah. Who are you planning on doing like maybe a tour for next year? Once the album is out a few months, see how it goes.
Yeah, well, right now, I guess the holidays are coming up
Oh
around
yeah,
here,
that's
and
why.
yeah, so basically, a lot of things are going to be shutting down. There's going to be shows, and plus it's getting cold. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I always hate touring in the winter, but it always seems like it happens that way. But hopefully by springtime, spring into next summer, we can definitely do some touring.
Yeah, I think I would rather tour springtime or summertime as well.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so when you guys are not working on music and what stuff like what are your hobbies when you're not doing music? Well, I see Mark has the bike on the back, so I'm assuming that that's part of the hobby.
Yeah, that's one of my hobbies. A dirt bike ride. It's good. It's a good physical thing to do. I enjoy it. You know, also I work on cars as well. I have a '68 Camaro, an old car that I put together that I've had since I was a younger kid, and so I toy around with that as well. How about you,
That's
Zach?
that's good.
Uh, well, my whole office is like adorned in what I do, music. I mean, but I don't know. I was always like big into playing sports, not so much watching sports. So I've always been like pretty active, and I always got to get up and move around and stuff. And uh, I guess I got like ADHD or something. Um, yeah, and just working, and I like to watch a lot of movies and stuff, and yeah.
What movies have you watched lately, man?
Well, now that it's the spooky season, we've been watching like some horror movies. What did we watch the other day? I've been wanting to watch John Carpenter's The Thing again. That was really good. Shit. What did we watch the other day? I can't remember. Um,
So yeah, so now the album's out. Where can people buy the album? Is it digitally, or do you have some physical copies that people can get?
we're working on the physical copies. We're about to place an order with CDs, I guess, and but yeah, you could get them everywhere. Listen to it everywhere: SoundCloud, Bandcamp, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. You can't miss it.
Yeah, but they better buy it on Bandcamp, because with
Yeah,
Spotify, the, the the money that the band receives won't be that much. But yeah, Bandcamp. For I'll put the link for Bandcamp, because Bandcamp's good for bands, especially when they have like that Friday. They have like I don't know if they're doing it anymore, but they have something on Friday where like all the proceeds go, or more of the proceeds goes to the band.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, it beats making tenth of a cent on Spotify for every 1,000 streams or whatever that math equates to. I don't even know.
Yeah. So if before I let you guys go, like I know that you guys would like, if you have to, you were talking about like touring something next year. If you had to like do like a dream tour for you to go see, and a dream tour for you, like a dream band that you would love to open to that band, which would it be?
Hmm.
Hmm. Huh. I don't know. I have some favorite. I mean, I would love to. I mean, Alice in Chains is still out there doing their thing. You know, I
They
would
are,
love
yeah.
to do something. Love to do something like that. That would be awesome if we ever had an opportunity to play with somebody like that. You know, or at least tour with them. You know,
Yeah.
we have played a lot of big shows with Name Axe. It's just it would be a good thing for us to be able to hook up and support you know, a national act on a few week tour or month tour. Uh, I mean, I like so much different types of music. But I would say somebody that's just rocking, you know. Um, Trying to think of a more fresh band. You got anything, Zach?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool if we played. I mean, if we ever had the chance to play with like Black Label Society or Corrosion, I feel like we would do really good, especially since we're kind of, we're in that ballpark. Um, but yeah, newer bands. Um, hmm, I don't know, but whatever you can get, honestly. I mean, we just played a show with Sponge, and I thought we kicked ass at
Wow.
that show. So, but we play with like Life of Agony and Monster Magnet, but it would be cool to get, like Mark said, more of like a tour with one of those like support.
Like a main, like maybe like a Breaking Benjamin or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. They're a great band. That would be really cool. It would be really good. I think it would obviously help us out a lot because we'd be able to start playing some bigger audiences, you know. Um, and that's always fun. So
Yeah, of course. For you as a fan, do you prefer like smaller club shows or like big arena shows?
Small club shows for sure.
smaller clubs, yeah. It's more
Yeah,
intimate.
they are. I think the same. Sometimes, like I would have loved to go back in the past on a time machine and see like Metallica in a small club.
Yeah, that would
Like,
have been cool.
like that would have been amazing. Or like, love seeing Nirvana in their heyday in a club,
Yeah.
because so. But yeah, it's awesome. So, so I'm gonna post the link for people who, the album is out now. If they want to stream it, listen to it. Have you? And I'll put, yeah, if you have any like music video for the Second Skin, so they can get to know more about the band. So before we go, like, what we'd like to say to the fans that has stuck with the band for all these years.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us and waiting for new music and thanks, you know, for listening and sticking with us. Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll post the link for anyone who wants to listen to it. So the album is out now. So I would recommend this to anyone that likes, like hard rock with some blues influence to it and a little bit of like grunginess to it. There was a few songs on it that it sounded a little bit like Puddle of Mud, but you know what? Your album sounds better than the last Puddle of Mud record because that sounded like a demo. So yeah, props to you guys for not for sounding like not a demo. So people, the album is out
Thank you.
now. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you